Hi, Randy Orr with Berkshire Hathaway and the Orr Group here in Laguna Niguel. You know, oftentimes people think that condo is a way to get into an area for not too much money. We do have condominiums starting in the area for about $500,000. But I'm going to take you to a community that breaks all the rules where condos exist at $3 million. Let's jump in my car and go take a look. So we are driving up a street called Pacific Island Drive, or as locals refer to it as PID. Pacific Island Drive ascends to probably the highest elevation in all of Laguna Niguel, I believe around 400 feet above sea level. And we're going to a community called Laguna Sur today. And there are luxury condominiums, and there are custom homes in this neighborhood as well. But the condominiums are probably the nicest and the most expensive, for sure the most expensive in the city. Before we get too far along, I would request that you please like, comment, and subscribe. It does help my channel. It helps more people like you get good, valuable information about real estate here in Laguna Niguel. So thanks for tuning in. It is a guard-gated community. It's 24-hour manned guard-gated community. There is another exit gate that is not manned, but you cannot enter that gate. It's an exit only. So the only way to get into the community is through the manned gate. So there is a sense of security. Within the community, there are tennis courts. There's a nice swimming pool. And again, we are now at the very, very top of Pacific Island Drive. I'm going to make a right-hand turn here at Talavera, which is the entrance street leading to the guard-gated community of Laguna Sur. So Laguna Sur is where we're going to spend our time today together. There are a lot of walking trails that enter into the community. So you can walk through the community. You actually walk around the coastal rim of the community on the walking trail. It is heavily used, not to where it's a deterrent to walk on that trail, but it is quite popular to walk on the trail. Lots of people on hikes walking their dogs, just enjoying the beautiful scenery. I'm going to need an address to give to the attendant because they just don't let you in, but I am going in with a purpose, and I'll tell them the address that I'm going to. So she said I wasn't on the list. Technically, she's not supposed to let me in, but I've seen her and she's seen me, so she kind of has a feel for me and has a trust level. We're passing the tennis courts. We're passing the swimming pool. I'll do an aerial shot to give you an idea of the community and where that's located. But we're approaching the main street, and I'm going to drive you by several properties to give you an idea of the community. You can see in the distance we're looking at the ocean view and approaching Montpellier, the main street here. I'm sorry. We are approaching Saint-Tropez, the main street. I'm going to make a right and drive through the community a little bit. I'm going to drive down just so you can see where the custom homes are located. They're at the far north area of the community, and it's only on one street that winds down all the way to the coast. So it is an exceptional community. The custom homes here will top $5 million and above. They all have stunning, stunning views. You can see now as we approach what the views are like to a few select properties. Not all the properties here have these views. Some do, some don't. But you can see that's all Pacific Ocean. It is stunning on clear days. It's a little cloudy today. This is the last unit of the condominiums that we're passing on the left. And we're going to now travel down to the custom homes, of which there are only a handful of custom homes here. Here's an empty lot, not been built on. There may be some geological issues or some limitations for building on that lot because it's never been built on. Here's an idea of a custom home in the community, and there's a couple other here. I'll go down one other street where actually there are some custom homes, but for the most part, the development is almost luxury condominiums. But I wanted you to see what is in here. So as we travel up this street, you're going to see that all of these properties share, they're either in pairs or three in a structure, where there are two with one common wall, or three where there's a unit in the middle and then two on each end. That's the complexion of the construction here. They're almost all cul-de-sac streets except for Saint-Tropez, which is the main street that runs down the entire community. So I'll give you an idea. Here we're looking at, this is a good idea of or a good view of the back side, the rear of these properties on the left. And then, because this is a single loaded street, there are no addresses on the left as we travel down. All of the addresses are on the right-hand side. But this is an example of a cul-de-sac street. Now, as we get to the end of all of these cul-de-sac streets, these are the largest units in pairs. So there's number 33 and 35 straight in front of us. There is number 37, and I'm going to imagine 39 in front of us now. And those units have a 180-degree panoramic view of the ocean. And there is no obstruction. There's nothing between those homes, the backs of those homes, and the views. You really have absolute stunning views of the Pacific Ocean. And these are all fairly short cul-de-sac streets. Now the street changes names as you come in the gate. If I were to have made a left, the street name is Marseille as we travel down Marseille. I wanted to spend some time today telling you about the most expensive homes that have sold in this community. And here on the right-hand side is number 31, Marseille. I'm going to actually turn around here so you can just see the unit. Now this is not one of the larger units, by far not one of the larger units. So here's 31 Marseille. This has a absolute head-on ocean view. It's sold for $2.7 million, which is about $1,016 per square foot. So cresting $1,000 a foot. It is not one of the larger units. It is only 2,600 square feet because the largest properties here are above 3,100. I believe 3,148 square feet are the largest, and they start in terms of square footage down around 1,800 square feet. So not one of the larger units, but one of the more expensive units to have sold, number 31 Marseille, selling for $2.7 million. I'm going to drive down this street to show you a property that I sold in the year 2021. Now, it did not sell for over $3 million 3 years ago, but at today's value, this is one of the largest floor plans. It was extremely nice. I'm going to put some pictures in this video to show you what the interior looked like. It was number 1 Montpellier, or Montpellier. My French was never really great. It's straight ahead of us. This is one of the larger properties, 3,148 square feet. It's a tri-level, so we're looking at the street level right now, and the entrance is obviously on the street. There's a level above that is just the master suite, and then there are other bedrooms below with a game room or a bonus room downstairs. So it's a very, very nice property. The kitchen and the eating area had an ocean view. It was slightly customized. The owners decided to level off in the master bathroom. They decided to level off the surface of the flooring. In other words, a step down area of that master bathroom. So there was some expense in making this a custom property to a certain extent, but it was a very, very nice property. I actually sold this home for $2,580,000. One Montpellier was a 3-bedroom, 4-bath floor plan, was on the market just about a month, maybe a little bit over a month. We were in escrow with an out-of-area buyer. a lot of these homes are second homes for people who want to lock and leave because there's really no maintenance. The front of the properties are all maintained by the homeowners association. Hardly any of these properties have backyards. Almost all of them have balconies, and very, very few have any usable backyard at all. So you have no landscape maintenance. It's easy to, again, lock and leave. So that's one of the attractions for these to be second homes. Here to the right is the exit gate. Now you can enter here if you're a resident, but you cannot enter here through the guard-gated entrance like you can the main entrance. This is for residents only to enter and for anybody to exit. I'm going to travel down the other street where there are custom homes. It's LeConte, and from here down to the end of this cul-de-sac at the most southern area of the development are the other custom homes. So as we travel down this short cul-de-sac street, there are a few lots that are available for whatever reason, maybe just market timing. Many of them went unsold, so there's one being built upon here. There's one being built upon right in front of us, and we're gonna come to the end of the street. You can see where the panoramic views are. They're just beautiful views. These homes here at the end have no backyards, but they're all view. Beautiful, beautiful ocean views and beautiful homes as well. These are all above $5 million. So let's get back to the tour of the condominiums, where they have now crested for the larger floor plans with the great views. They've now crested $3 million plus. So we are now approaching number 28 Saint-Tropez. I'm going to turn and face the property. So this is the largest floor plan at 3,183 square feet. It did sell for a record price of $3,100,000. It has one of the best views in the community. Many of the homes here have one of the best views of the community because of how many homes were built facing the Pacific Ocean. This home sold immediately, sold for over asking price, and was multiple offers. Price per square foot was $973 per foot. And the note on this is that it did not recently close. It actually closed in 2022. So we're talking almost 2 years ago, this property sold for $3.1 million. Today's value would be probably 3.3 if all conditions were right for selling this property. So we have properties in this community that have well exceeded $3 million in sales price for the larger units that have ocean views that are nicely done. This is the nicest community in Laguna Niguel if you're looking for attached homes, better known as condominiums. Well, I hope you enjoyed our tour today of Laguna Sur, a very unique community, 24-hour guard gated, with the most expensive and the nicest condominiums in the entire area, enjoying coastal views of the Pacific like you see in back of me. If I can help you with your real estate, I would truly be honored, whether it be this community or any community in the South Orange County area. I live and work in Laguna Niguel, love the city. Grandeur with Berkshire Hathaway, changing lives one home at a time.